Hey everybody. What this video is about is our different sprayers. People ask us why you got different ones, what are the uses of them. Well, I'm going to explain all that right now. When I started spray buffing, or we started our spray buffing routine, we started off with this sprayer right here. It's a great sprayer. It's a solo sprayer. But then I decided that I didn't know if I wanted to run like heavy end cap and stuff through it. So I bought this sprayer, which is also a powered sprayer, the Ryobi, to run end cap through. But then I started messing with the chemicals that were even heavier than end cap. I started using Grime Release Pro to clean the carpets with. Now, Grime Release Pro, it's like a paste almost. It's like a gel. It's not liquid like water. So these machines here, I was afraid if I run Grime Release Pro through either one of these, that they got pumps in them. The pumps would work so hard it might burn out the pumps prematurely. So I was like, well, what can I do? So these sprayers here are great for running regular, I run Bedco Green Earth or whatever. They're great for running anything through, but for heavy chemicals like Grime Release Pro or end cap that can clog up your hose or your spray tip, I decided to get this thing. This is an $8 sprayer from Home Depot. It's $8 and some change. It's about $9 with tax. This thing here, I've run Grime Release Pro through it, and I've run end cap through it. And when you run those chemicals through it, it sprays funny because like Grime Release Pro is really like a gel, and it breaks down when you mix it with water, but it's always kind of a thicker chemical. So that's what I got this thing for. If I'm going to run a heavy, thick chemical or end cap, I'm going to use this deal. The problem with this sprayer, I'll show you. It's not a serious problem, but the one problem this sprayer has is it's got this hose here, and it's just a plastic hose like an aquarium hose. And when you put it, which it works great, but whenever you're leaning over to spray, that hose goes straight down to the bottom here, and when you lean it over to spray, your chemical and water all builds up on this side, and when you're done, you got what would probably be a half a cup of liquid inside you can't get out. So you end up dumping it down the drain, so you're wasting a little liquid. So what I did to compensate for that was I bought this sprayer. This is a solo sprayer, and I'll tell you the thing about it's nice. This also has a straight hose, okay? So you're going to have the same issue with this that you would with the Home Depot sprayer, because the tip is right here in the center. So when you're leaning it over, you can't get your chemical out of this side of the sprayer. Your chemical's stuck. But this sprayer has a uniqueness to it where you can hold it up like this and aim the nozzle down, and you can spray your chemical with the thing straight up. When I get done using this, there's like a couple of drops of water in there, literally. There's like a thimbleful of water at the most that's behind, because I can hold it straight like this, and my nozzle's straight at the center of the spray bottle. But since it's like this, I can get all the stuff out, all the chemical and water out. Now here's a funny thing. I don't spray above me, but if I needed to, I could put it like this and spray like under a counter or something like that. So that's why I got this sprayer. So this sprayer, but this sprayer here, I'll use it for normal chemicals. But like I said, this is always going to be my go-to for like Grime Release Pro, any kind of chemical that's like a gel or is a heavy chemical. This is or an end cap is going through this thing here, because if I'm going to gum up a tip or gum up the hose or whatever, it's going to be with the one that costs $8. I can just, Home Depot's 5 minutes away. I can run down there and be back in 20 minutes or 30 minutes with a new sprayer. So now these sprayers, like I said, they're great. The problem with them is, and there's nothing wrong with them, but the possible problem with them is since they're battery powered, they got pumps in them. Pumps go out. You never know what chemical you're going to put in there that overworks the pump and makes the pump just quit working. So these are great sprayers, and they spray real fast. But you know, you don't want to risk the pump going out. So that's why I got the pump sprayers, because that eliminates that whole thing. This sprayer is a really nice pump sprayer, and it's got a silicone tube in it, so there's no problem with it getting stuck in the middle. The tube goes, the hose goes all over the place. But this is a little big for my spray buffing routine I like to do. I could have just a little bit of water in it, so it's not heavy, and probably do it, but it's still kind of big and bulky when you compare it to this, you know, or this. This is a big sprayer. This is it's a 2-liter sprayer. This here is a 1-liter sprayer. This here is, I don't know, probably 1.5 liters, something like that. But this sprayer here, I'm not going to spray buff with it probably. I mean, I might, but I probably won't. What I'll probably save this for is when I'm going to do an extraction with a carpet machine, and I want to pre-spray a whole room or a whole area. I'll use this for it, because it'll pre-spray, like in a regular size apartment, it'll pre-spray a whole living room, maybe a living room and a hall, before you need to refill it with water. So it goes a ways. And the reason I use these things instead of the bigger, the reason I'll use this instead of like a 2-gallon sprayer, I'm tired of the 2-gallon sprayers. I hate them. They're big. They take up space in my vehicle. You have to have a space dedicated just for the sprayers. With these, I can decide which sprayer I'm taking to a job, and I can put 2 sprayers in a bucket with some chemicals, and all I'm doing is carrying a bucket that's this big to the car. But with the 2-gallon sprayers, it's a whole. You got to have I have to have a big bucket, like a Home Depot orange bucket. I put the sprayer in it, something won't tip over in the car. It's just a hassle, and I'm sick of using them. I like this a lot better, and this sprays like 58 psi. I don't know the psi on the rest of these, but they all spray very heavy. This thing here for $8, it's an amazing sprayer. It works, but you'd be surprised how well it works until you get it where the chemical's down in this part, and you can't get the center of the hose to it. It's great. That's the only drawback to this. I could probably take this apart, get a silicone hose off Amazon, and fix it so the hose goes all over. But you know, for $8, I don't know that it's really worth it to me. Because I don't know. I mean, I might do it in the future. We'll see. But anyway, that's the different sprayers we got, and that's the different reasons. They all got their own use. Like these power sprayers are just for mild carpet cleaning chemicals. This here is, it can handle any chemical. It's got like Triton seals and stuff like that. I could put anything in this, so I could use anything I want in it. I could, but it's going to be for pre-spraying large areas. These are going to be the ones that I think are reliable because they're pump-up sprayers, not battery-powered sprayers with pumps in them. This is my in-cap heavy chemical sprayer. This is my sprayer I use for most normal things. So if you watch our videos when we clean carpets, you can pretty much tell what kind of chemical we're using depending on what sprayer I'm cleaning the carpet with, because I could probably put incredibly heavy chemicals through this, but since it's $30 and this is $8, this is the one that's going to get a chance of getting messed up. And so, but anyway, but that's the thing with our sprayers right there. People ask us why we got different sprayers and why don't you just have one? Do you really need 2 or 3 or 4? It's like, yeah, these here, these are the original ones that I started spray buffing with, and this is the original, and it works great. But I'm afraid to run like in-cap or like a heavy chemical to it, because I know it'll probably tear up the motor and clog the tip on either one of these. So anyway, that's why we got this. This is for the nastiest of chemicals, the real heavy bulky chemicals that have to break down in water and then dissolve, and then you don't know how dissolved they are, you know, because they don't dissolve thin as water no matter what. But I guess, you have anything you want to add? I guess that's what this video is about, and if you have any questions, we're not putting links to all these in the videos. If you want to know about some of the sprayers, just ask, and Joe will see your question and he'll answer you. He'll tell you what you need to add. Well, no, if you ask about something, and we got other videos coming out. We got some more cleaning videos coming out soon. I got a video because the spray buffing and spray capping routine I do, I've evolved it into a whole new animal. I don't now. It's beyond just spray buffing and spray capping. I've turned it into something far more. So the technique is developing, and I'll explain that in another video in a few days or something. But anyway, I guess that's it for this one. So I hope you enjoyed it, and you know, if you want to know about the spares, just ask Joe. He'll tell you in the comments. But that's what we're doing right now, and we just wanted to let you know because people have asked. So have a good day.